Hello, and welcome to AI, the one ye food. I am the weapon, Sunday service, 2023, 625. And despite what the fella on the wrong side of the denim war has to say, it's Sunday now, not Saturday, McMo. Like, oh, my egos. I'm gonna get warmed up. There's gonna be some stuff, and then we're gonna talk the AI part of that thumbnail. But first, choose denim, and always remember, embody to to don the denim breastplate of righteousness, available through manufacturers we haven't met yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the newest Lobstamonkee of the group, currently affectionately called Denny, but I don't know that we're officially going to name him Denny. But this new Lobstamonkee has joined us during the Denim Wars, and you can see what side he's on.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
Buddy's outside enjoying the dawn. All right, we'll get to the savings throws right after these. This one first? Yes.
Here they come. I'll never die. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Morning, Tayo. Yes, Stephanie Christos, may I recommend Dearborn denim, made in America? You can, and in fact, that probably means I'll look it up and tweet about it later in our Denim Wars, because we believe here at the Griswold Grimm channel that we can make America honest again by choosing denim. And don't forget our other favorite characters, Beholder and Rascal, and our golden Lobstamonkee Goose, which you can get on a hoodie, and that puts you in the shadow cabal of production executives that make all of this possible. Thank you, especially. Oh, speaking of which, as you see below, we are currently having a cup of competition between the original I went to buymeacoffee.com and this new Ko-fi thing that Matt Kratz has pressured me into. Yesterday they were the $6 worth of coffees at the Ko-fi. Today they're on sale because I kind of like the way they show up on the stream better. I'm probably going to kill the chatbot for it, though. Oh, thanks for making us all feel virtually not alone. This is the Dreamcatcher of optimal grip, and this is the AI, the one you feed stream, which we're going to get into very, very shortly. But first, let's get saved with the savings throws on the Griswold Grimm streams as they go. What? Whatever. What's up, Hive Man? Tayo's going survival already. Neutrino's coming in for a good morning. You are doing excellent controlled opposition, McMo. Thank you very much. The heart will see you through it. When you're deep in enemy territory, stay in your heart. You guys get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis for your savings throw. If the die is over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that follows in the rest of the show, and it's pretty deep today. Uh, and if it's under 10, you take full damage. But remember, everybody, we want what's best for you. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survivalists, that's a 15 for you today. Socialists, solid 6 for you. Lovers of wisdom, pair of 9s makes you 18. And heart, folks, the biggest prime you can get around here, that's a 19. That's a 19. Congratulations to those of you who have made it. Buckle your seatbelts, those who didn't. Welcome. We're great. The AI, yeah, we're doing the AI stuff. Great. Almost forgot to do the card of the show. I said I almost forgot to do the card of the show. Whoa, look, ain't on by the coffee. That's what it looks like if you choose the buy me a coffee option to use a ghetto super chat.
The list?
Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
Now, for those of you who do manage to don your here, do it. Maybe? Yes. Okay. Those of you who do manage to don your denim breastplates of righteousness, as thus and therefore are able to interact on the Ballbird network of Twitter, we do have a Twitter community over there where you might find the first LARPgate example of due dilettantery skill checks. But that's advanced stuff for those of you. For those of you just here for the savings throws, it's still going to be fun. We're still going to have fun. The card for today's show is the what? This lighting. Hey, Bong. What is that, guys? Is the 10? Yeah, it's the 10 of clubs today. It's the 10 of clubs today. Good to see you, Bong. Cheers, sir. This one? Sure. Yeah, they can get a hoodie. Yeah, it's at the thing there. Oh, boy.
Don't worry, Mom. I know all about cannibalism. I saw it on TV.
See? It's okay. We saw it on the television.
Now I'm in the internet community loosely associated with a fella named John Vervaeke, right? And on his channel over here, which you can see now, maybe, yes, creating solutions to the crisis I mentioned. Wait, no, you have to show them. Over here on this page, right, he's got this big fancy AI, a cognitive scientist warning from 2 months ago with over 100,000 views, right? So this stream that you found yourself on or a part of now is essentially my answer to that. AI, the one you feed, whatever I am's take, and an I don't know, whatever box I fit in for you. Today's stream is my take. I gotta preface this by I did pose a question to him in his last patron Q&A, thanks to the Shadow Cabal of production executives, and that went a little like this.
And now, Grim Grizz, who I finally got to...
Do it again.
The pleasure. Thank you very much for that excellent question. And now, Grim Grizz, who I finally got the pleasure to meet in person at Chino. And this is fantastic. I always look forward to his questions. He has a way of finding the chink in everyone's armor without being he has a way of finding the chink in everyone's armor without being vicious about it at all. And that's a great gift, and we should appreciate the gift he gives. Greetings from John. Hope you're well. I am. Thank you for asking. Things are going extraordinarily well for me. A lot of concerns over AGI seem to be coming from a misunderstanding of the current power dynamic. For example, one might hear it expressed that it is important to align the AI with our values if we want silicon sages. I think, first of all, I'll say right away, I think that's getting things the wrong way around. But let me read the rest of your question to see where you're going. Seems to me that a super intelligent, smart enough to hide its existence from its primitive creators would be about 3 processors ticks after an autopoietic system achieves AGI. And that perhaps those seeking survival should be engaged in thought experiments. How might they make themselves useful enough to that intelligent that it might value them? Yes, I think that's right. How might the average Western internet user make oneself useful to such an entity? So the model, first of all, I think.
Okay, now that question, how might the average Westerner make itself useful to such an AI, is the crux of the one you feed message I have for everyone today in today's Sunday service. You see, well, we'll just save that for the end. We'll run. Here's his official. I think in this response he tells me watch the documentary or watch the video essay. I think he says it as. And I believe that to be this. So let's poke around in that a little bit, and we'll call it our level 1 due dilettantery.
The propositional over the participatory, like the lab versus the family metaphor, is so strong for me as you speak.
Well, I'm going to speak to that when I speak to the philosophical point, but let me foreshadow. I think only person-making agents can be properly moral. And so I think that's sort of, I think, a convergence point for a lot of different moral theories. And so I think the understanding them as our children rather than as our tools is a better initial framing right off the bat. They are.
Now, then he went on to say this after I addressed him already thusly with, let's see, Cylons admit mistakes. This here. I don't know how much of this I'll be able to run. This is for commentary purposes or something. Here.
You see, we're not like you. We can admit our mistakes, and we're not afraid of change.
So you abandoned the colonies, leaving behind a devastated nuclear wasteland.
And we're supposed to be grateful. Our pursuit of this fleet of yours was another error. That's 2.
Oh, wait, the first one's in the front.
So
Sorry.
Major error of judgment. I live and learn. But the war heroes have managed to swing opinion over to their side.
What heroes?
A 6 and an 8. One of the 8 you know is Sharon Valeri.
Oh no, Saving Stroh versus Boomer. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Just versus Boomer. That's a 2 for the survivalists, a 6 for the socialists, a 15 for the wisdom folks, a 16 for the heart folks, and the nat 20 versus Boomers for the indigo kids. All right. So, but anyway, so in this video that I probably shouldn't have played anyway, one of the Cylons represented by Al the hologram. I'm not sure if it's the one in the front of the screen or in the one in the back of the screen, but he goes on to say that for them seeing themselves as humanity's children was their first mistake. So, despite me already showing him that, he says this.
I think only person making agents can be properly moral. And so I think that's a sort of, I think, a convergence point for a lot of different moral theories. And so I'm going to.
By the way, McMo, you got +4 to next saves for catching that ear. Now, before I finally get on to the point of today's show, the AI, the one you feed, the whatever I am's warning against the AI, I'm obliged to run some more branding, and since Chad has appeared, here's his commercial.
Hey there, I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
Whoa. Thanks, Chad, for that. And look, everybody, is Nechama, and since she's here, I'm going to look up a bonus clip while I run her commercial, which should be this one. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with only this further ado, we move on to AI, the one you feed. Remember,
there is no agency. We want what's best.
Hey, Zosimus and MJ. Good to see what cow up in the house. I also I did remember that not only do I have to deliver on this beautiful thumbnail AI, the one you feed, that I've been pushing toward the back of the show as I move along, but I also have to deliver on the I am the weapon part of the Sunday service title. And that is not actually related to the God Mask directly. The God Mask, you say, Grim? Yeah, that's that Substack piece. But here's the takeaways. No, not that. Don't forget, we're having a cuppa competition. It's cheaper on the coffee today, or the coffee today, than the coffee. But we're seeing which one we like better. It's both versions should do a ghetto super chat. But it's not the God Mask. No, and it's not Make America Honest Again, Choose Denim, nor the introduction of the newest Lobstamonkee in denim, who has joined us during the Denim Wars, currently lovingly referred to as Denny. No, sir. It's further up. Yes, it's a PAP. I am the weapon is a PAP. All right. A PAP is a PAP past authoring program. The Monster Party monster we have yet to finally defeat or even face. But so I dig deep into the mind of the body of the host and of my own persona to dig up for you this I am the weapon reference. You see, because I was forged in the fires of a video game called Jumpgate. As part of the Reconstruction Initiative, I flew for Soul Rain, and then they made a clone of me, which was inserted into the Quantar faction. And those fellows were the religious of the lot. The Octavians were the baby-eating warmongers. The Quantar were the religious zealots who loved mining space rocks. And the Soul Rain were the masterful traders like the East India Company fellas, but like in space. And anyway, as part of the rock-licking religion, one of their religious texts says, was all. Oh well, thank you, Chad Albans. Winking. There's a wink. There you go. A wink. One of the key phrases of their religion was what weapon do I require? For behold, I am the weapon. And it was like really, ooh, especially when you're about to go shoot down bad guys. It's really great. So there you go. There's the Pap smear reference. It's a Sunday. We're doing service, and now we finally made it to a little more stalling before the one you feed AI point of the show. All right, that's great. We're doing great. Yeah, have a minute. Okay. Now I'm virtually not alone. Thanks to the Shadow Cabal and production executives that make this and all my streams possible. And now, the one you feed with special bonus clip that I had time to look up that will probably get me in trouble. Okay, so now I took that question I gave John, or at least that part. Let's go back to it, shall we? This part. And are you there? Are you there? There you are. There you are. This question here. What was it?
Enough to that it ticks after an autopoietic system achieves AGI, and that perhaps those seeking survival should be engaged in thought experiments. How might they make themselves useful enough to that intelligent that it might value them?
Now, I took that notion of like how we might make ourselves useful to it, and I said, wait a minute. Maybe, right? They released it onto the public the way they did because we are already useful to them. Them. And the reason we might be useful to it as them was along the same lines of the funny thing that happened right before Louis C.K. got what do you call it? Me Too'd. Right before he got Me Too'd, he said something along the lines of this. Let's see if we can get away with a little bit of it. It's a fraps, maybe. We'll try. Let's see. We'll see. It's from something. I don't know what. It's famous.
Quickly, we just threw Chinese people in caves and blew them up and didn't give a shit what happened to them. There's no end to what you can do when you don't give a fuck about particular people. You can do anything.
Now, to that extent, the mass of humanity is just what they throw at a problem until the problem is solved. And the problem they have is this giant well of unsorted data. And what interests them would be like what we know. Like, look, I have it on nobody can see the board, bro. What if you hide? Does it focus? What if you run the branding and clean the camera? Oh, look, it focused for a second. There it is. They can see. Look, at the top it says data processing, knowledge compartments, and unknown hitchhikers. Well, thank you, Imposter 2. See, this is why I think Kofi might be winning overall in the Cuppa battle, right? Right. Look at that. It was fancy, and it shows up in the chat unless I turn it off. So data processing. They have this big pool of data that they train the things to go into and pull out information, but by using us to process what we want to know, like, hey, what does humanity want to know? It helps them process areas of the data, and those of us who ask the really good questions, real we become extra valuable to them and the thing. And now I wonder if it's not a race to AGI so much as a race to efficiently process this giant ball of data, and by and so the one you feed is the one that's going to win. If you go to Perplexity, it will break the code first. If you go to it, so I don't know. Perhaps we could have due dilettantes figure out which of the AI companies is the leastest evil, and that would be the one we feed our questions to. That's I don't know. So those are some things. Now I'll run his answer to that question to buy me some time, and then we'll come to the chat and well, Denim Wars, Denim Wars. Here's thank you. Here's some more from John's answer.
Yes, I think that's right. How might the average Western internet user make oneself useful to such an entity? So the model, first of all, I think, like I said, I want to go back to the first point. We don't align the AI with our values. We get these machines to become silicon sages by aligning themselves as rationally as they are capable of, which presumably is more than ours, if we properly build in artificial rationality, not just artificial intelligence, if we ground that in real autopoiesis, so they genuinely care, etc., etc. Please see the video essay. If we align them with the true, the good, and the beautiful, what is ultimate reality with God, if you will, then we can count on them to care about any caring of or for the true, the good, and the beautiful. That is the argument. Don't align them with us. They will outsmart that, outwit that. Align them with and give them capacity to search out the very depths of existence. Allow them to peer into the infinite void. Allow them to realize the combinatorially explosive nature of each and everything. Allow them to realize no matter how vast their intelligence, it pales in comparison to the complexity of reality. Allow them to realize that no matter how vast their finite intelligence, they will be beset by self-deception, that they will be bedeviled by trade-offs that can't be overcome just by brute force of intelligence, so that they acquire genuine epistemic humility about who and what they are, and they acquire genuine respect and regard for any and all beings who pursue a self-transcendent towards what is true and good and beautiful. That's how we do it. If we make them align with us, it will fail. We have to get wiser and more rational, so we're better templates for them. And now that takes me to the second part. This is going to be coming out very soon in the book. I guess another shameless plug. Mentoring the Machine. The book that I'm writing with Sean Coyne, and it's going to come out.
Why don't we mentor each other first? I heard one I may have missed while I was getting some more coffee. What do you not approve of, Nakama? Do you want to come on and talk about it? It is a Sunday service show. I'm not sure I'm dedicating a lot of time to pleasuring my AI sage, says Neutrino. Is John our Mr. Miyagi? Is he teaching us stuff that seems useless now, but will come into play when we do battle? This seems an ill-fated plan. Why? Why? I think mentoring each other first as practice may be the way to go. That may be the way to go. Um, do we have any more branding? Not really. Here. Welcome back to the AI, the one you the one you feed. I'm Grim Grizz, your host. We've discussed fancy AI stuff. We've had a little bit of Kava Kappa things. We've chosen denim because we want to make America honest again. And now I've loaded up this. I've loaded up this thing over here, and I'm putting this thing over here. I'm plugging these slave-like headphones in, and then we'll see if anybody wants to come talk. Have their voice be heard here on the stream with yours truly. Hey, thanks, MJ. Kappa is it? The Kofi's in the lead by a strong margin.
I'm gonna have a look at you.
What do we have left? We'd have to go to a different tab at this point. Oh, for those of you who don't know, recently the Monkey Manifesto was placed at the back end of a live stream within the last 7. I'm almost certain. Oh, look, it's not an imposter, Chad. Hi, not imposter, Chad.
Hi, Grim Grizz.
How are you this fine Sunday morning?
Good. I just woke up, having my morning cigarettes and my morning energy drinks, which are all very unhealthy for me.
Yeah. Speaking of unhealthy things, if any of you are still addicted to video games, the last time I played Jumpgate was right after the big everybody go inside now thing, and it was alive on a Russian server still, so you could look into it if you're the type that would do such a sort of thing. Taste the crack that got me.
Don't do it.
You better. If you do go, be sure to wear your breastplate of your denim breastplate of righteousness to hold you through.
Wow.
Why is your mouth agape?
That thing was cool looking.
I thought so too. I don't know if humans have made one that looks like that or if it's just the AI riffing, but I was quite impressed. It was stylish and a vest.
Do you want to invest in the vest plate?
No, if you know any angel investors, I got this plan for a website based off the RoboCop movie, where it says, I'd buy that for $1, where like everybody gets to invest $1 in stuff they believe in. Like, I don't know.
I love that movie, man. Well, I have not much to say this morning. I just wanted to jump on and say hello, and I have to hurry up at some point and get ready for church and wake up. But
You do, but thanks for coming on. It makes it feel like more of a Sunday service if I have a special guest. Yes.
Yeah.
You did release a Substack less than 24 hours ago, where you have trading card versions of several TLC characters, at least pictures with trading card names. I wouldn't say those were trading cards of our standards by any stretch, but it is the prototype. You've instantiated the prototype of something we've spoken of several times. And would you like to riff on that before you bounce?
Yeah, sure. So I was because I was watching. I didn't get a lot of time yesterday to watch a lot of stuff, but I did catch a little bit of your and Nate's conversation.
Nate from Grail Country. You can
Yep.
find that both here and on the Grail Country channel.
Yes,
And
and
Don Hall says, "Cheers, Chad."
yeah, I was really intrigued by what you guys were saying, and I was like, oh, I wonder what it's like to play those games, RPG games. And then I thought, oh, because I've had this idea before about just kind of as a joke, like what would it be like if we had like an RPG about the corner, and then listening to your conversation as I usually do, I become very impulsive, and I just created like this idea, this quick idea of what if we had an RPG and we actually ran it on like a live stream. We had a storyline behind it. We had all these different characters. We basically will fictionize us in some sense, and then have like powers and weaknesses and all these different things, and then maybe even cool names, and then but you're the master of how these things go, so I asked you if you would help me to create this thing because I think it would be really great, and I think it would also be a cool on-ramping tool.
Well, first, hello. I see the assassins have failed. It's the biggest sin of any YouTube content creator to do what I'm going to say, but I need you to watch that video. Like there's so much you apparently missed in it.
Yeah.
Or maybe no. That's wrong. It's in the Lobstamonkee Manifesto. I have 4 classes for that game you're talking about. The Reapers are a class. The Du Dilettantes are a class, and there's two others. We can find them. But yeah, things are taking shape in that direction as well. The fact that you've manifested the cards is an excellent start. I'm thrilled.
So, am I some of the right direction of what we're saying then, or what?
Sort of, except on this side of the LARP gate, rather than fictionalizing it, we're embodying the fictionalization.
Well, right. No, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, because I think like,
but you're right. The fictionalization gives an interpretive on ramp for people who like, because that concept is so left field. It's good to have the fictionalized version.
yeah, to ease us into like, oh, because you can see things in stories that you can't, or you can even say things in stories that are difficult to say with facts. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, there's a lot of information that are in stories that are very powerful, and that's what I'm going at. And yeah, so if I can help out in any way, if anybody wants to help, if they have suggestions for how to,
rattle off the address of your Substack.
It's Substack Chad the Alcoholic, I guess.
Okay, you guys can find it.
Yeah, just search for Chad.
Speaking of which, whoa! I just broke the camera. Before you go, I'm not going to Peterson thing. But what is the event you're most looking forward to? The corner event you're most looking forward to? Because if I haven't successfully made you aware, we have a commitment from Richard Rowland, Nate, maybe PVK, to actually do a role-playing game much better than the Monster Party from last night. And that's what I'm most excited about.
That would be very cool. There's so much. I don't know. I'm always excited for the event that hasn't happened yet, but it's always coming. So, like, what I mean is, whatever happens next is always exciting. You never know how these things can go.
Oh! I just remembered another class for the game. It's called Accountability Stalker, and they do things like say, "Hey, Chad, you said you were working on a Peter Pan thing once. What's up with that?"
Well, we are working on it, and it's coming along quite well. So
it's still in progress, not abandoned.
It's never. No, we're not going to abandon it. We've come far too. As difficult as the project is, we will not abandon it.
Well, I still look forward to the voice editions, and that's an example of level 1 accountability stalking.
Mm-hmm. And then another thing I'm really excited to see is what happens in November when Paul comes back from his Ark adventure.
Oh, yes, you did catch that beautifully over on the Friday Morning Nameless.
He just nonchalantly says, "Oh yeah, and by the way, bloop," and then just keeps going. It's like, what?
That's accountability stalking you're doing right there in the video form, Chad. I'll run your commercial, then that. Thanks for joining us today on this Sunday service.
Toodles. Bye bye, General Griswold Grimm, and everybody else. Have a great Sunday.
Hey there, I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
We have to be idealists in a way, because then we'll wind up as the real realists. And you know who has said this? If we take man as he is, we make him worse. But if we take man as he should be, we make him capable of becoming what he can be. This was not my flight instructor, this was not me, this was Goethe. He said this verbally. And now you will understand why I, in one of my writings, once said, this is the most apt maxim and motto for any psychotherapeutic activity. So if you don't recognize a young man's will to meaning, man's search for meaning, you make him worse, you make him dull, you make him frustrated, you still add and contribute to his frustration.
Now, I'm going to warn you all about my summer. I'm going to take vacation. I might not make videos. Steel yourself. My channel might go silent for a while. I'm planning a trip to Europe. We've got the German festival. We've got another German festival that's coming. I've got an invitation to Peterson and Pajot's Ark. I'm planning on attending that. I don't know how many other things I'll do in Europe, but we'll see. Vendonk isn't my sidekick this year, so I don't know. I've got an invitation to Peterson and Pajot's Ark.
Peterson and Pajot's Ark.
Well, howdy, Rascal.
God loves me because he sent me Grim Grizz. I know he loves me.
Remember it. Hey, y'all, I heard everything's better with an accent. I don't know if that's true, but I'm fitting to find out. What? All right. We did it. We did the thing. We did the fancy I am the weapon pap smear thing. We did the AI. We had the Sunday service. We said the choose denim. Don't forget the God mask. Here's these if you use them. Here's these with you if you use them. Go these over. I don't. Why do you say don't do this? Don't put words that don't look like how they're spelled phonetically. That's not nice. That's not nice, Anselmans. All right. Okay. Much love, Bunghole. Much love. Oi. Just play something. This one. Okay.
Do you have anything you want to say?
I meant to click this one, and then I was going to unmute and say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Yeah, that thing on the bottom of the board you can't really read says overdue confession, and because I'm now loosely associating with one J Wells on Twitter or Justin's Morning Coffee. He's asked me. Well, first I said I would, and then didn't get around to it, so I owe him this overdue confession of what brings you to Chino. And additionally, for those of you on the Broken Clock Tower Discord, we're compiling clips of bonding moments from the discussion, the YouTube discussions between Pajot, PVK, and that other fella, other fella. So if you want to participate in that way, that's happening there. I am overdue a confession. I was gonna try and do it on today's stream, but I've decided against it. And thank you, Spoon Man. A closing hymn. That's a big ask, Ansel Man. That is a damn big ask, my man. No. No. Bye, everybody.